Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of the Morning Glow. Got a got a great broadcast lineup for you this morning. Got a great broadcast. You know what it is. This is Friday, so you know what happens on Friday. This is what we call Black Friday. This is what we call Black Friday. This is where we give you an opportunity to call in and talk about your business in its entirety. In its entirety. So if you got a business, you got an event going on, whatever's going on, you can call here for. I'm gonna tell you, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you a nothing and a half. 0.5 is what it's going to cost you. Nothing and a half to call in. So you can give us a call 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. Let me say it one more time, just in case somebody did not have a pen. 678-381-1973. Don't know why Leonard laughing at me over there. Don't know why he laughing at me, but I can see him. But listen, I want to say good morning. I want to say good morning to the young ladies. First, I want to say good morning to Anna. Anna, good morning. How you doing this morning?
I'm good. I just got my new set of shirts and I'm excited about wearing them, promoting lunchtime with Anna, so you guys can see some of it. But yeah.
Good deal. Tawanda. Good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Good morning.
Boy, you a ball of energy this morning. Boy, you was a ball of energy this morning. Woo-wee. Boy, look here. If I could bottle that energy, boy, and sell it, I might make 50 cents.
I am here, though. That's all that matters.
There you go.
Friday the only day I get up early, okay?
There you go. And look here, we feel so special that you get up and hang out with us, man. Tell us what this whole Black Friday thing. What is this Black Friday thing, man? Tell me what is it all about?
Black Friday is what it sounds like. It's for us, for Black entrepreneurs who have a business, a side hustle, whatever you want to call it. And it's just an opportunity that we came up with to help them promote their products, come on, and promote. And also to come on and learn, because I think we have enough people now where we come on. If we don't have anybody, we come on and we teach what we know, and we don't charge anything. So this is why more people should jump on specifically now, and how the economy is and society is. Every Black entrepreneur should be on promoting their product.
Exactly, and this time and free and a half. For free and a half, man, you can't beat that price, man. Free and a half. Leonard love that price. Leonard, don't you love free and a half, brother?
I was still laughing because I did not know that Tawanda was on the line, right?
And
you was like, "Good morning, ladies," and I was like, "What ladies are you talking about? You just spoke to them." Good morning, Tawanda. How are you?
Boy, look. Leave it to Leonard. We need to make a show. Back in the day, they had a show, Leave It to Beaver. We need to make Leave It to Leonard. Leave it to Leonard. Leonard.
That's a good catchphrase right there, Leonard. You put
Leonard, and I'm gonna tell you something, Leonard. I'm giving it to you free and a half. You heard it first.
Right, I'm gonna put it over here with the rest of the free stuff.
There you go. Sound like you got a box of.
I want to laugh.
Hey, how are you?
Good morning.
Wait. How Chris is gonna just come up in the room, just taking. Don't know where we at. What we talking about? Hey, everybody. Wait a minute. Why they do that?
I want to laugh.
I want to laugh too. I want to laugh too.
Okay. Oh, look here, Tawanda. I want Tawanda. Did you hear that just now? Okay.
Hey, Mr. Wanda.
Hi.
Lord, my Jesus, all these pleasantries. Y'all know. Good morning, Chris. I ain't only if I jumped on you, Chris. I don't even know if I even spoke to you. I get my mama say I always speak to somebody.
Right.
Yeah. Good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. You know what? You just grouchy because you don't understand that Southern hospitality and you ain't got that shine on your head this morning. That's all.
Leave it to Leonard. Look at see Leonard gonna laugh at me.
It's funny, man. I can't help but laugh. It's funny.
But we this is Black Friday. This is Black Friday, man. And honestly speaking, I look forward to Black Fridays, man, because like I said, it give us an opportunity to speak to the people that's in business that want to go into business and have a desire to go into business, man. And we able to speak to them and educate them on some of the things that maybe they didn't know, or maybe they just overlooked. Because Tawana, when you're thinking about going into business, there's so many things that need to be covered. And sometimes that you may overlook certain elements, certain little small things that will make a world of a difference. So that's what we try to do here. What do you say to that? If a person is going into business, if there was a checklist, what are some of the things, Tawana, you think that most people would overlook on their checklist?
Oh, they would overlook planning out the whatever they're going to do. They would overlook. Most people overlook having a business plan. Most people overlook writing down their goals and what they want to accomplish. Because it's easy to get caught up. Like, where do you want to be? Where do you see yourself in the next year? Where do you see yourself in the next 2 years or 5 years? People forget those small details because you need to have a goal and you need to make sure that you're aligned with that goal. And you're not always going to meet every quota, but it's good to see from where you started and to see if you're making progress and further on. And a lot of people, they just go into business thinking that you're going to do business, and it just doesn't work like that.
And that's good, Leonard. She said something, man, right there in the course of what she was saying. Where do you see yourself? Do you think a lot of people, Leonard, when they go into business, do they even envision where they see themselves after the first 6 months, after the first year? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? And try to meet up to that goal and that expectation. Do they even think about that, Leonard?
Well, hopefully, most of the time, of course, the great idea precedes the plan. So you need to know where you at. If you at the great idea stage, you need to get to where Tawanda was talking about, the business planning stage. A lot of times people say, I want to start a business. Okay, great. A lot of people want to start a business. But go through you want to really put it down on paper to hold yourself accountable. That's one thing that's great about a business plan, is it not only lets people know about your business when you're presenting it for a funding or anything like that, or introducing your business. The business plan holds you accountable to what you're going to do. You can't, if you say, some people set a goal up front on their profit, that's great but what about when you don't make it? What's plan B? How much do you expect? Are you prepared for a lot of people to love your product and order it right away?
Wow.
Those types of things. Have you done enough research to know how much you should price your product? You wouldn't want to waste all your time trying to figure out the buy price when you can do all that research up front. So that's what that plan does and research does. Have a strategy for opening day. I think my man Raheem is froze.
I think so too.
Because I see you and Christy. Anna over there trying not to laugh. But
look,
it's not gonna work.
Hey y'all can actually see the glow in his head now. Look.
Stop. You can hear us.
Right. How is it going, Christy?
It's going well.
Ain't nobody tripping out at the job, huh?
Yes, they are. Let me tell you something about people. I know we're getting off subject, but look, why people don't want to wear masks? And like, I work at a clinic, so I see results, and I don't tell. I can't tell people business because of HIPAA. So, but I'm gonna tell you, in the course of my day, I done seen about 12, 13, 14, maybe even more positives in one day. We have even more coming to get tested every day, and I'm in a small town. Remember, I tell you, I'm a circle.
Right.
It's very, very little. So people are not cautious enough, and I be like, "Give me 6 feet, please."
Yeah,
they look at me like I'm crazy.
It's been rough this weekend, especially when you're talking about, you would think by now we would at least have the basics down pat.
Thank you.
And
they think it's over.
Oh my goodness! I seen some numbers. The numbers that went way up, and things of that nature. People now, say for instance, with the D. Hill Hughley passing out, and he was still out there, I believe, trying to do shows and things of that nature. So, like you said, they're talking about this second wave. So hopefully people do. I mean, you should be at the point now where you understand, man, you should wear a mask, especially when you're around other people.
Guess who's back?
Whoa.
Your eyebrows back.
Man, look here. The whole. I was telling Tawanda just now. The whole system shut down. The whole. Leonard was saying, he was saying about the business plan, that he must have been saying too much. But the whole system said, we're not letting that get out. We're not letting that get out. We're gonna stop that right now. And the whole.
No, right here. That wasn't Leonard. That was you. The electricity from your light on your forehead hit the system and it knocked it out.
I'm gonna tell you what's going on. See, I ain't gonna comment on that. I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Leonard don't have that. Leonard don't have the glow behind his head. They got a different background, and that's what it was. See, it's that electricity from that glow, and he done changed the background. He done changed the whole background. That's what that is. But
now you ain't pay your electric bill.
Oh Lord.
Now look, I want to say you broke and can't even pay your electric bill. At least I just said it was a shine on your forehead.
But see, and see, I love this. I love segues. I love segues, and one of the segues we're gonna use right now. You got, when you go into business, you got to pay your bills. You got to pay your bills. You have to, if you don't pay them bills, you're gonna have situations like this. You're gonna be the only one standing outside the door. People gonna be standing beside you, wondering what happened. You didn't pay your bill. And talk to me about paying them bills. You got to pay your bill, your light bill. That's a lot of. Mr. Bill got a lot of people. Mr. Bill got a big family, don't he? Got a light bill, and all them last name Bill. Light bill, gas bill, lease bill. All of them last name. Bill is a big family. Bill.
So you know what's the most embarrassing?
What's that?
When you work at a dentist's office and the lights go off. How do you expect that? Explain that to the patients.
That didn't happen. That did not happen.
I love Anna.
I'm not gonna say names, but yes, I'm not gonna put them out there. But yes, and it wasn't only once. It was like every other month. I was like, yo, we had checks bouncing. I was like, you better pay what you owe me plus. I'm like, how is somebody who's a doctor getting so much debt? But it happens. And then it's worse when you're the one that works for them.
You know what? I wish I could say I didn't know anything about some bad business planning. But that reminded me, I was managing a pet sitting service, which is what I used to do. We used to do animal care, home cleaning, all that type of stuff. And as a manager, that's part of your job, payroll and stuff like that. The first day someone came and told me that they could not cash their check.
Ooh,
I was
you
so
talking about hot fire.
upset. I think I quit the next day.
Yeah.
I would quit that moment.
I don't want to be that guy that ain't got somebody else's check. Because I know how I am. We got to go get this money. I mean, I'm not trying to hear about your issue right now.
Look at him. All that you said is good, but what more money? What more money at? That's
one of the things about business can be right. And here I was managing a great pet service. Money was coming in, but when it was time to pay at one point, it just seemed like the bottom started falling out, and you had issue after issue. And like Anna was saying, it wasn't just 1 month.
Come on, Leonard.
It seemed like every month there became more issues.
So basically, there's always been a race to the check to the bank to cash your check.
And we only had like maybe 3 or 4 employees, but these were people that needed their money. You know what I'm saying? And sitting there managing this company, the owner whom I knew just had issues there. She wasn't the greatest with the money at the time.
Hopefully you said at the time, so hopefully it's gotten better.
Oh, I don't know. That's over 20 years ago. So I don't.
Let me tell Raheem, Anna, and Leonard. Let me explain something to y'all. Let me tell you something. I'm one of them employees you gonna want to pay.
Exactly.
Because I'm telling you, I have a saying, and I it happened to me one time. And I got my money up out that business.
Right.
And I said, I don't care if you have to go to that cash register and pay me. This is what is owed to me. I don't care how you have to reap the benefits, but what you gonna do today? Because the day is my payday. Is you finna break me off what you owe me? I work for the sitting agency. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. And we were supposed to get paid. I'm waiting. My card never loaded because I get direct deposit. I don't know why I ain't got paid today. Something wrong. Let me check the calendar because I might be tripping. 1, 2. Yep, it's payday. I had to make sure I wasn't on the wrong week or the wrong day. So I went to the office and she's like, "Oh, Christy, there was a no, ain't no misunderstanding. The misunderstanding is you think I'm finna understand you not paying me. That's the misunderstanding you got. I don't care what you got going on. Break me off my money, please.
Christy,
Or you not finna."
were you saved? Were you saved then?
Man, saving my money.
I can't remember because I flashed out.
Let me tell you one thing. As nice as I am too, I went off like Christy because I was like, I don't care. So I don't care where this money's coming from. There's enough patience. If you don't do it, I'm calling law enforcement. I went off. I was like, I work. I don't work for free. I didn't go to school for free. Oh, I went off. I got my money. I don't know about everybody else. Them other girls were nice, but not me.
You better go sell your kids' shoes.
Tawanda, you see how people get
Yes, sir.
people get real funny when it comes to their money. People get real funny when it comes to their money. And then
Oh, absolutely.
Tawanda, now, Tawanda, let me ask you the question, and I need to hear your heart on this. What would you do? You don't work 2 weeks. You get paid every 2 weeks. Payday come, and they say, "Look here, it's gonna be a few days before you cash this check. Don't cash it now. Don't cash it now."
Don't tell me that. I'm gonna cash it.
Listen. I don't think I can say what I would do on air. I really don't. I don't think I can say what I would do. But listen, it's two things I don't play about. Okay? I don't play about my kids, and I don't play about my money. So
you hear me?
Well,
or my mom.
Listen.
I know that's right.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it at
yeah,
that.
let's stay on the PG side. Let's stay on the PG side because if we go a little further to one, this thing might change from PG real quickly. I'm scared. I'm scared to ask this question. Go ahead.
Remember last week with that little duck? Yup, it's gonna be that little duck. That little duck. It's gonna come.
Leonard, now I'm gonna ask you the question, man. And everybody been waiting on me to ask you this question.
Oh Jesus.
Your money ain't there, man. You don't work 2 weeks, worked hard overtime. You gotta get you done told everybody I'm gonna have a fatty this week. My check gonna be fatty. My check gonna be obese. My check gonna be obese. And you done told everybody this. Obese. Your check gonna be obese. And come Friday when you get paid, man, it's close to time to get off and ain't nobody came and
it would be no close time to get off.
Man, look here. It's 12 o'clock. Lunchtime.
Obese to anorexic.
Look here, Leonard. It's 12 o'clock. Normally by 12, you have your check because you like to go cash your check during lunchtime. Okay. You go to lunch. You come back and go to your desk. You sit there. You working and you see the boss in the office over there.
I wouldn't be sitting.
Maybe he or she is coming over here in a minute. And 1:30 come and 2 o'clock come, you get off at 3.
That's too.
You go knock on the door. Hey, y'all need to talk to me about something. Then what do you do when they tell you that you can't cash your check until Tuesday?
Yeah, it's I don't know about other people, but I've been on different ends of this situation. You know what I'm saying? But there's a protocol for my payday.
Mm-hmm. There's a who?
There's a protocol.
Okay. Talk to me.
I know when you getting ready to mess up.
Mm-hmm.
I know when you're not gonna have my money.
Leonard went gangster. I know when you ain't got my money. You see, I said money, my money. Go ahead, brother.
I mean, you just look out the window about my money if you ain't got it.
Mm-hmm.
We finna go get it. I mean, I don't care what you have to do. I don't care about your day.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not in a good mood, it's worse.
Mm-hmm.
You can sell your kids. You can sell them
Man, I don't.
shoes. I don't give a fudge.
Do you know it is legal to have a handgun in my car?
Mm-hmm. What you say? You say it's legal? It's legal.
It's
That's-
legal now.
that's
You need to have that money.
I tell you.
So let
It's not gonna.
now hold on. Now I know. Well, y'all something today. I know good and well, Leonard. I know good and well. You're not telling me that you're gonna first not have your check, and then have to come up with bail money that you probably got to use your check to pay the bail money because these people ain't got your money. You gonna
You
wait till
shouldn't have even been open today if you don't have my money.
Why you sitting? Why you sitting in a corner from me and ain't got my money? I mean, it used to be too long. You said I supposed to be paid at 12.
You see
went
me,
all the
and
way.
I'm just gonna tell you
You went
about
all
back
the
in
way
the
at
day.
3:30.
You see me get my check. I work third shift, so
Mm-hmm.
you see me come up here early to get my money.
Uh-huh.
You know I'm going right down the Tower Liquor Store to cash my check.
Yeah. That's where the cash is at.
Tower
Tower liquor store. That's where they go. That's where they go.
Guess where I'm coming next if that money not there?
Mm.
Back to the plant.
You got to shut down for the day.
Mm.
'Cause
Somebody
I'm
got
about to let everybody else know their money may not be coming.
Mhm.
No, I'm telling you, it ain't there for real.
Hey, Christy, we get ready to shut it down, Christy.
Look, go ahead. Pick this out. Look, you better not come outside because you might be on a stake.
And you
What's
know,
for
it was
dinner?
so
You?
funny. One time, this one lady, all she said to me was, "Can you give me a ride to the ATM?" Sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean that whole thing that she was talking, like Christy was talking about. You got to pay me though.
Yeah.
So if you don't pay, no, I'm bringing it to you right up. Come on, let's get in the car.
Mm-hmm.
This could be a whole weekend thing if it got to be.
See, and
Give
people
me my
listening in,
money.
people listening in right now, they say this is supposed to be Black Friday, and this
It
ain't.
got real black. It'll get real black. You ain't got mine.
Quick.
Christy.
Quick.
Listen,
Look.
listen
You
here.
know when you buy something, turn black, right?
Right.
Lord, my G, I'm at the look here. Let
And
me
then I'm like, this right here. Christy, they don't even have the money up here, Christy.
So he calling back. He calling back. Oh, hold on for a
Christy,
second.
they ain't got our money today.
Hold on, let me finish. Hold
We
on,
ain't got no money.
Hold on. Where my mute button? Where my mute button at? Where my mute button? Chris, let me get my mute button. Let me get my mute button because Chris ain't gonna stop. Chris ain't. But listen, my thing is this. My thing is this right here. My thing is this right here. And people say, you know, y'all, it's supposed to be Black Friday, and y'all talking about this. This ain't got nothing to do with Black Friday. Yes, it does. What we're telling you, and I hope the people that's listening right now don't get this twisted. Have people money.
Right. And not just that, you should be prepared.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's one of the things about being a business owner. With my business, the I-99, you know, ain't no W-2s and all that. So, you know, and a lot of startup businesses, you know, you just pay people as you need things.
Yes.
But when you take on employees, man, you have to have a great plan.
Yep.
Because what if that employee is actually essential to your business? That could ruin your business.
Exactly.
Like how many times? One of the things about businesses that I used to hate, because I really patron a lot of small businesses. You know, if I know you got a business opening up or whatever, I would always come. I mean, if I know you open a business or you tell me about someone, I'm in the area. Of course, you know, New Order has listings of Black businesses and things like that where we go. But even what used to bother me were the hours of operation.
Yes.
If your hours of operation are 9 to 5, you must be there from 9 to 5. I mean, if 9:15, if customers are expecting 9 to 5, I can't keep burning up gas to come see you and you not be here
exactly
at that time. And so that was one of the things that used to bother me a lot, is because when you would always go to like a lot of different businesses, the hours, they seemed like people would never be there, or there was always a sign up, or be back in 15 minutes and things of that nature. Even with working with businesses to help people when they start to even I used to do a lot with people in the cosmetology business, especially barbers.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the things in increasing their income was I would try to do time and motion studies with them and things like this. And one of the things that stood out was the fact that a lot of time is wasted.
Yes.
And when you think about it, I was on my feet 9 hours a day. Were you making money 9 hours a day or just on your feet?
On your feet.
So being on time is very important. If you have to get it down to 30 minutes. If it takes you longer than 30 minutes, I think was my time to cut hair. You're too slow.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to make money, you're gonna have to cut it down. 10 minutes makes a big difference.
Yes,
and
sir.
then people they would always say, "I didn't even have time to go to lunch because you didn't properly plan the day."
Mm-hmm.
There should always be time in there for the lunch. That's the purpose of a schedule. And that was one of the things about businesses and even helping just sole proprietors like barbers or professional people is to make sure you're not wasting time. Yes, you got all the freedom, but you also got a lot of freedom to fail as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So if you're not there when the customer wants you to be there, that's one less customer they may spend the time to come see you. That affects how much your income will be, because people won't. I mean, I came there 9 o'clock. You were never on time. That was a big issue, not being on time.
Yep.
I don't know if it's big. I always use the hair industry as a reference. That's a big deal. But because the businesses are usually in so demand, you have people willing to wait.
Mm-hmm.
But how many people are going to wait for you forever?
Exactly. Exactly. And I'm being transparent. I'm going to get some eggs on me. Somebody gonna throw eggs on me. But that's one of the things I had to work on myself here at DCAM Media Group, starting at 7 o'clock. Because I used to be 7:15 and 7:20. Hold on, man. And people, hey man, I thought you came on at 7. And that's their way of telling you.
And I never could figure it out when I first started with you.
Yeah,
I was like, well, it's his station.
But still, but like I say, and one of the things I'm gonna tell you, look at Anna. Anna would not get right. Look at her. She would not get right over there. But one of the things, my wife, cause we drive when school was open, she would be driving to school, and I would be driving here, and she always would throw little things at me. Raheem, it's 7:05. Are you there?
I love your wife.
Yeah, she should do that. Right in the next day, I'm running late again. Raheem is 7:10. We in the course of conversation, she's going her way in different cars, of course, and she say, it's 7:10, and I'm like, man. And one day, this light came. Leonard, it took me a minute, Leonard. One day the light came in, bing. She trying to tell me get my behind there on time,
and she was so nice about it.
She was so nice about it. And when the light came on, Leonard, bing. I said, oh. And that's why y'all knows I say, oh, it's 7:01. We gotta go, because I realized that if somebody come here, and she told me this too when I finally talked to her, I said, babe, why you used to do that? She said, because if somebody come listen to your station and they get there at 7 o'clock and they go to listen to you and you're not there, you can lose that person.
That's right.
You can lose that, and go. They may think that you're not doing it anymore. They may not come back at 7:10, 7:15, 7:20 when you're actually on the air. They may not come back because they don't think that you're there anymore. And she said it's very important that you be on time. And when you turn the lights on, when 7 o'clock comes, you should turn them lights on. You should be on air. She said you should be on air. Anna, what's on your heart? Go, Anna used to get on me too. Now, she's actually nice, but Anna used to get on me too. She's Raheem. We late, huh? That's how Anna will say, we late, huh? Yeah, we late, Anna. Yeah, we late. Yeah.
No, I'll call them and I'll be like, is everything okay this morning? I'm just making sure because it's not like you.
See,
because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, So,
right.
But being on time, y'all, this is for anything. And Leonard is absolutely right. Mm-hmm. I'm one of those, and from time to time it happens to the best of us. It really does. But I'm one of those that I'm there ready to go. I don't care how behind I was, how late I woke up. I'm there ready to go, and you guys should know it. Like if you, Raheem knows if he needs something done and he tells me this time, I will more than likely be there at least 20 to 30 minutes early. Why? I'm not going to be the person you talk about that's always late, okay? Because I tell people this all the time. They're like, ha ha ha, family members, we're running on Puerto Rican time. I'm like, no, we're not. I don't run on Puerto Rican time. I don't run on black time. I run on actual time. So I don't do that. So don't include me on the ha ha ha. I'm running on Puerto Rican time. I'm not late. I don't like being late. Okay. So with that being said, I was laughing when Raheem said that because she was so graceful about it. Man, that's a good wife. and you know, I tried being nice to him too. Sometimes I'll call and I'm like, Raheem, you know, I'm just making sure. Did anything happen? Are you okay?
And she do, Leonard. I'm gonna tell you, Leonard, Raheem, you all right? That's her way of saying. That's her way of saying right now. Look at him, man. Look at him, man. Look at him, man. Now you know good and well you supposed to have been there already. Come on, man. So and that's the thing right there, man. And y'all know I've you know been kind of up on that here lately, man. Like I said, I wanna you know get here on time and get everything up and running on time because it makes a difference. Then what's on your heart to want to come to you next?
It's one of those concepts of managing time properly that makes all the difference in the world, especially when you're trying to communicate something or you want someone to participate in something that you have, because you have to be respectful of people's time. Like say, for instance, one thing, you know me, I'm very anal about it. So I'm always trying to be ahead of time. Okay. And a lot of times I'm awkwardly ahead of time. So, you know, because it takes a lot. Like I live a little bit further than a lot of people than where I have to usually be for different things. So you have to realize there may be a person who had to leave 2 hours early just to get to where you're at on time.
Yeah.
And one of the things that will make me not patronize your business or whatever it is you're doing is not being on time. For the very simple fact that people are so busy.
Yep.
And I don't like to hold people over. I understand what they have to do. Even like for meetings and things like that. If I can't be on time, sometimes I won't even go. Just for the fact of not walking in on the meeting late. And then it is also, what if that's costing someone money?
Yeah.
You know, that may, if you're in that type of time frame, like if I'm doing a consultation and I'm charging $50 an hour, I got to be there, man, on time. I got to give that person an hour for their $50. Or they're thinking, if I was ever late, oh, it's free. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have been late. You know, that type of thing. Or even if like you're shipping customers things. In corporate, we used to always say it's better to under promise and over deliver.
Yes, sir.
Than anything.
Yeah.
People can't argue too much with early. You know what I'm saying?
No, man, I don't want this because you sent it to me too early. I wasn't expecting this to next week, and it's here already.
And everybody knows when you're in the production type of business, that's a big issue. If I need like when you do T-shirts and stuff a lot, and sometimes I have an event. You need them T-shirts a couple days before that event if you if you can get them, or know how many you have, or know how many come in. Proper planning is a big thing because someone spent money.
That's right.
So everybody's looking for a return on whether it be their time, their talent, or their treasure some type of way, because that's what they're committing to you. And you know how funny we get when it's time to spend money.
Look
at different stores and stuff.
You get them alligator arms, man. You get them alligator arms. When it come time to pay that bill, sometimes people get that alligator arm. You know, alligator got them little short arms. They can't reach nothing.
Yeah. Imagine if you're used to, like, say, for instance, the senior citizens. Kroger has a certain day set up for senior citizens, I believe. I know they used to. And the senior citizens know to come on that day between that time to get all their coupon discounts and all that type of stuff. Now, that's a part of business that is important to a lot of customers.
Yeah.
Imagine if you just stopped it. Those customers may leave and go shop at another store Because one thing about people as they get older and they get eligible for all those discounts, they learn where to shop, when to shop, what time to shop, and all those types of things.
Exactly.
So I'm always looking for consistency. Like if I'm going to go to a certain store, like I'm not sure a lot of you have maybe a herb shop or a health food store. Usually they're like mom and pops type stores. And so often if there's just one person there, especially if it's an older person, you liable to go there and there's a sign on the door, this, that, or other. You never know. But that'll keep you from going to that store. Before you know it, you'll start looking at other people next door, other health food stores. And so when people talk about certain businesses not failing because people are not patronizing their businesses, it could be something as simple as you can't be there where you're supposed to be on time consistently,
And like you said, I done wasted all my gas going all the way over here trying to help your business out. I need a product, but I'm trying to help your business out, and you ain't even here. Now I gotta curve everything I'm trying to do. It's crazy. Tawanda, what's on your heart? And we got a call as well. Tawanda, what's on your heart right now?
Oh, absolutely. It's good to be on time or somewhere close to the time. It's just like when you do a lot of stuff, it feels like it's not enough time in the day. I did this. I told you guys since we've been in quarantine, I've been doing classes and I've been trying to learn everything that I know. And the one class that I took that changed my mind, because you guys know I do a lot of stuff in a day. It was a mindset and motivational class. It's just about time management, and it was the most. And you would think that people, some of the stuff that the lady was teaching, we noticed, but it goes out the window, and it's just about having a plan. So if you have a plan, and what can you cut corners at, but not cut corners? So what can I do in a day? See, this is my thing. I have things that I have lists out during the day, but it don't always fall in that category. So you always, for me, I know I would get things done, but I would barely get things done. You know what I'm saying? So, I would be like, okay, it would be down to the wire last minute. So part of the things that I've been doing and what I've took from this class and been implementing into my life is, how can I have a strong plan where I'm not playing catch up and I'm ahead of the curve, but I'm ahead of the game? And that's one of the biggest things, because if you start planning out, you will see most of the time is wasted. You have hours wasted trying to pick up the slack instead of just being consistent to the plan. Now, will the plan always go according to plan? No, but you have enough wiggle room. You'd be surprised. When I started doing this class, I found out that I waste probably 5 hours in a day. Unknowingly, you do that because if you jump from things like, I have to do this and I have to do that, A, B, and C. But if you have a plan, okay, it saves your life, and it cuts so many corners, and there's some strategies that just, it's common sense, but we don't think about it. We don't sit there and think about, hey, like if I do this, then it saves me time on the back end.
Absolutely. And that's the thing right there that a lot of people don't know, man. Proper planning, it actually helps you. It helps you, and when you're pre-plan, and have everything already ready before you get there, have all the stuff ready. When the people get there, have everything ready already. So when they get there, Mr. Monday, that's the guy. When I did my first stage play, he was actually over South Carolina State University. He was over the theater, drama and theater team. And we sat beside each other for a whole year. He was teaching me how to do this, how to direct and stuff like that. And it came time for us to actually do the play. And we said the play was going to start at 8:00. And at 8:00, I looked, a couple of minutes before 8:00, by 7:45, 7:30, something. I looked out there, and wasn't a lot of people out there. And Mr. Money, he gathered everybody together. He said, "Look here, y'all go to y'all place where you need to go to, get yourselves in character, get yourself where you need to be, so you can actually perform." And so he did that. And then he said, "Raheem, we're going to start in 30 minutes." I said, Mr. Money, ain't a lot of people out there yet. He said, look, he said, I'm gonna tell you something right here. He said, one thing that I've always learned, and I'm gonna give it to you right now. He said, always wait for the people. He said, never make the people wait for you. He says,
Mhm.
so we say we're gonna start this thing at 8 o'clock. And he was a brother. He said, we say this, we're gonna start the thing at 8 o'clock. We're not gonna be on black people time. But we're gonna start it at 8:10, 8:15. He said, we're gonna start at 8 o'clock. He said, the people that's not here at 8 o'clock, they'll just miss the beginning. I was like,
Mhm.
wow. I said, Mr. Monday. He said, we're gonna start at 8 o'clock. And he walked away. Left me where I couldn't say nothing, because he said what he said, and you sit there and you look at that, and that's something I held on to. He taught me so much, but that's one of the things that I held on to, man. He said we're gonna make the people, we're gonna wait for the people. We're not gonna make the people wait for us, because in that instance right there, we're going to go to the phone line, but I want to go to Leonard real quickly. If we wait for the people to come and don't have the people wait for us, then they don't have anything, like you said earlier, negative to say about us, because we started on time. Now, if for whatever reason you didn't get here before 8 o'clock and you missed the beginning, we're not gonna go back and redo the beginning for you. That's on you. What do you say to that, Leonard?
I think is most it's very important. One of the things I teach in management training and things like that was the importance of excuse me, when starting organizations. That's very important. Consistency.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I'm advertising this, that, and the other, or what have you. But on game day,
Mm-hmm.
4 o'clock rolls around. Guess what? If ain't nobody else there ready, I got to be there ready at 4.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
One of the biggest issues I had was the facility that I used to have the meetings at one time. For some reason, the person that was responsible for opening the door, they had some issues.
Mm-hmm.
There have been days when I have been standing outside doing my meeting in a parking lot
Wow.
because I said I was starting at 4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the people that's coming issue. I told them I would be there at 4.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to have this issue, and you have to talk to the pastor about the church there at the time or whatever. So once the pastor found out that the issue was going on, he went and made sure and had somebody allocated to make sure that they knew what their calendar was and that they were on time, because he was like, we promised them that they could use this at 4 o'clock. I, I need somebody here at 4 o'clock. So
Mm-hmm.
this was one of the things that I teach people. It's not about how many people show up or if they show up on time.
Mm-hmm.
You said you would be there ready at 4. There may
Exactly.
be people that come just to see if you're there at 4.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People that are
Exactly.
trying to break you up and divide you or cause problems, that's going to be one of the things they're going to go on. Wherever you lacking at, that's where they're going to focus their attention.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know how we do.
Yeah.
Well, I tried to go to the meeting a couple, but they ain't never on time.
Mm-hmm. And that's an excuse for them not to go.
That's
Not.
usually them never to come back. Or
Yeah.
think about it. You're the producer,
Mm-hmm.
right? You
Mm-hmm.
want people. I remember I've been in meetings with people who I can tell that they don't do a lot of organizing, because the moment they sat down, well, if we can't get 1,000 people out, we shouldn't do it. You ain't gonna do a lot around here,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because one, I have to learn how to do it for free. You're
Yeah.
just assuming 1,000 people gonna be showing up looking around. That's not
Mm-hmm.
really how it works.
Mm-hmm.
But what we do is we have to be ready for 1,000 or 10.
But
You
see, Leonard,
know?
and that's the thing. We're going to go to the phone line. I think we have Andrea with us this morning. But that's the thing right there. If for whatever reason 1,000 people did show up, how many people will be ready for that thousand, for those 1,000 people?
Right. And you have to gauge that yourself to
Mm-hmm.
know how it's going to happen. A lot of people technology is great, because now if you start a meeting, you can get those RSVPs and everything is on your phone. Or how great is it to already have a mechanism like we have Facebook now? Up until the
Mm-hmm.
last minute, you could get messages through Facebook, you
Uh-huh.
know. So it's always great to be able to have like at least an agenda to start on time, be
Mm-hmm.
able to do that repeatedly. If it's every Saturday and you get people accustomed to Saturday, guess what's going to happen if you change to Monday?
You're gonna lose them.
Yeah, I
You're
mean,
gonna lose 'em.
these things matter. And you
Yeah.
have to always be cognizant of things like that.
Tonight be going
Mm-hmm.
on with you.
It's best to do it before time.
Mm-hmm.
One of the
Mm-hmm.
things about teaching management is teaching managers how to get people to want to be on time,
Yeah. Yeah.
to want to participate a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
and have certain outcomes. It's like when I would consult on the people who are trying to do initiatives. Those are some bullet points you got to have. When
Mm-hmm.
you come to this meeting, you are the person that needs to know what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, if there's questions you can't answer, I know a lot of people are familiar with the parking lot. If you ever been in formal training, there's always a screen or something there, or somebody taking notes, so that if something comes up that you don't know, you owe it to them
Mm-hmm.
next time. So now you
Yeah.
say, hey, if these come back next time, guess what? He's gonna tell me, or he's gonna
Mm-hmm.
do the research on it, or what have you. And it's about presenting to customers what they
Mm-hmm.
desire. Change. There's a lot of different areas. Whether it's organizing, whether it's purely product oriented,
Mm-hmm.
or say for instance, there's how you gonna invite me to a seminar to make money, and I got to wait on you for 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. And how you gonna teach me how to be a millionaire if you ain't even a thousandaire yet? Anyway,
You
we'll
know,
keep this thing going. But hey, it's crazy.
Millionaires wake up at 3 and 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning. That's what they do.
Exactly. And get things done before while most people still sleeping and still sitting there
Absolutely.
dreaming about being a millionaire. They already on task.
Listen, I say, listen, if you are broke and you're not where you want to be in life, you have no business going to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Yeah,
Good Lord. She
no
said,
business sleeping.
don't even say what you sleeping for. Don't nothing
Don't
come to
even
sleep.
sleep.
Nothing
Don't
come to
even
sleep but
sleep.
look at nothing come to a sleep but a dream. That's all it is. It's a dream.
mhm.
When you gonna wake up, Christy? What's on your heart?
Oh, I want to say one. Y'all know I'm a movie buff. I look at all kinds of movies, and the one that sticks out of my mind, I put in the chat group, and I'm gonna share with you guys. Is Drumline. Remember, the coach would
Yeah,
say,
my wig.
"Oh, please do, because you need to." It's cricket. You need to pick your afro, daddy, cause it's flat on one side. Okay, so
Leonard just shook his head. Leonard just shook.
I love that song.
Mm-hmm.
that's my favorite. I love Erica Badu.
I love that.
Um, but I also with you look at Drumline, the band director will say, if you're on time, you're late.
Mm-hmm.
So if you on time for something, you already late. Because if you are the presenter, you should be there at least 30 minutes to an hour before anybody else get there, so you can set up, so you can plan how. So if you on time, you already late. Number one.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a question, and this might be off topic, but I really wanted to ask this question because I've been waiting for Black Friday all day to ask this question.
She ain't said all week. She said all day. She said all day.
All morning. Now, but really, I want to know, how important is it for a business to understand and know about grant writing and grant proposals? Because I know it's a lot of grants out there for different purposes and different, like, grants that you don't even know. And if you're able to write those grants, you're able to get money for your business.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to do a lot of things. So I'm just for the million of people that want to start businesses, that starting from scratch, may not know that there's a lot of grant money for startup. I'm sorry, I'm talking country
Yeah,
startup.
you were real country.
I did. I'm trying. I'm trying. It's so hard. Um, because those grants really do help, and if you have those skills for grant writing, or someone that can grant write, it'll open a plethora. There you go. That's the big word for that, plethora of
Mm.
opportunities.
You went to school. You went to school. Yeah, I could tell you
I
went to
did.
school. Them big old
I
words.
did.
You went to school. Let me ask, before we get that question answered, I want to go to Andrea, and because this sister been waiting for a minute, I want to make sure I pull her into the conversation. So we're gonna answer your question. But even before we do that, ladies, can y'all explain something to me? I need y'all to explain something to me. Late, and Tawana,
I can hear you.
I know you can't. I know you can't. Tawana,
Oh, I saw that.
hold on. Let me mute Tawanda line. She got some stuff going on over there.
That's Christy.
But listen, Christy, yeah, Christy. Let me Let me ask y'all this question. And this is totally off topic. You know, I do this sometimes. This is totally off topic. But ladies, what is this? Twan, I'm petting my head. What is this when y'all do this? What is that? What is that?
That's your scalp itching when your braid.
Y'all get this.
Something you don't know nothing about.
Hey,
Okay? Because
Y'all
you
get
don't
the,
got no
I got
hair.
y'all,
problems.
You got no hair.
I
y'all
got
get the slapping y'all
problems
head.
because I'm like this. Like, I don't do this.
Yeah,
I'm like
But pat it.
Leonard,
I do it all the time. That's when your braids get the itching or your weave itch. You pat it because you can't really get up in there and scratch. So if you pat it,
you can
it
find a
stops it
hole
from
to place
itching.
me.
Leonard, you're absolutely right, brother. We know nothing about that, bro. We know nothing about that at all. Let me go. Let me go to Hey, Andrea, are you there? Hello.
Wake up and go to sleep.
Exactly. Caller, are you there? Oh, as soon as I go to her, she hang up the phone. Lord, my Jesus. Call back in, sister. We ain't mean to keep you holding on that long. Anybody want to tackle that question that Christy answered? Anybody want to tackle that question? Leonard?
What are you talking about? Are you talking about that this thing? Are you talking
No,
about
no, 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 no. She asked a question before that. Tell me your question again, Christy. They still petting the
The
head.
question was about Grant, right? And
Oh,
understand what's out there for startup money. So it is relevant and it's important to know because, like I said, I tell you guys all the time that we lose so much as African American business owners, and we lose trillions. Okay. Trillions of dollars every year on the floor. This money is allotted to Black business owners, Black entrepreneurs, and things of that sort. And if you don't know how to get it, then guess what? They use it for other purposes. I remember I had this guy who was doing a class, and not only was he talking about grants, he was talking about business credits and everything that we don't know enough about, myself included. And he was saying how, how we leave these trillions of dollars that have to be, these funds have to be used at the end of the year. It helps set up the next year, how much of a budget that how much money is allotted out to us each year, depending on how much money they spent last year. And what's been happening specifically for minorities is since we don't know enough, they've been strategically figuring out a way to give it to other demographics of people. He was telling me how Caucasian women have found out a loophole to get Black dollars and Black grant money because we don't use it.
Exactly. Let me see. I think we have Andrea. Andrea, are you back with us?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry about that. My uncle was he had to have emergency surgery last night, and my auntie just called me and tell me. I'm sorry about that.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he okay. He up laughing, and now his appendix bursted.
Who?
While he was in the shower.
Lord.
So.
I mean, is good? He okay? Because that could have been very, very serious right there.
Yeah, I had him laughing this morning. He told me don't make him laugh. His sister's gonna pop out. I told him that's a young person disease. He's too old to be losing penises and going on.
Oh Lord.
But he's okay.
Oh, okay. Y'all get that later. Y'all will catch that later. Okay.
Well, no,
Anna, you can't go out and come back in.
You went.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear now?
Yeah. Say that again.
Yeah.
They miss your whole joke, Andrea. They miss your whole joke, man. It was a good joke too. But look here, they came to the comedy club too late. They missed the best joke. They came to the comedy club too late. They done missed the best joke. Everybody walking out the door talking about that joke you just told, and they saying, "Well, what are y'all talking about?"
Also, you were talking about. I wanted to add about the grant.
Okay.
That Tawana was talking about, because of course that's a big issue. One of the main points of concern with people. Get to that before you start your business. A lot of people don't understand, like say for instance, even with younger people, just let's say scholarship searches. They don't realize there are scholarships for so many strange things that you've never heard of, but you have to look. There are scholarships for tall. I actually found one girl a scholarship for tall girls.
Good Lord.
Because she's very tall. And the scholarship was that was actually part of the scholarship, was you had to be a certain height and things of that nature. So this is kind of like how grant system work. And I can tell you one of the quickest things, matter of fact, since you're sitting at home now, there's probably a free webinar on grant writing. You can just, it's probably in your feed on Facebook.
Yeah.
Because people are making money selling the class that tell you about the grant. Not necessarily getting you the grant, but just teaching you where to go look for the grant. They're making money doing that. So imagine how much money is on the grant end if you can sit and monetize just the classes to find grants. Like she said, the government.
And I'm gonna tell y'all something, and this is something everybody. Exactly. And this is something that I learned when I lived in Augusta a few years ago. And this is for the people that have younger kids, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, whatever the case. But I realized I took my daughters and I put them in this program called First Tee. Y'all might have heard of First Tee program. It's a golf program. And I talked to the guy that was actually over the whole facility, and he and I had a conversation, black guy. And he said, Raheem, he said, man, it's a good thing. He said, you don't understand what you just did for your daughters. I said, what are you talking about? He said, man, this right here. He said, keep them in it. He said, keep them in this program. I said, okay. Me and my wife, we plan on doing it. He said, do you know every year there's a lot of full scholarships that they send back every year because they don't have enough people to give them to? You got to play golf, and you could go to college, a full scholarship from that program. That's something, man. And like I say, that's free and a half. You just get into the program, and as you go, apply for the scholarships. He said 9 times out of 10 you'll get one. He said 9 times out of 10 you'll get one. But we for whatever reason don't know about that. Other people do, but we don't.
And so it's not so much as not knowing, it's not being concerned. I was telling someone the other day, if I go to another meeting, and somebody say, well, how was we supposed to know? Guess how everybody else found out? They go look. They had a desire to know. If you have a desire to know, all you got to do is go put it in. Like I started something I was just interested in reading it, because you got to remember a lot of my business at the time, before corporate, was consulting. So my learning curve has to be pretty fast, because I never know what a customer or client is going to need. Exactly. And one of the big things is somebody may say, man, could you find me a grant? Yeah, I know where lots of grants at. There's a difference between me finding you a grant, writing your grant, and maintaining your grant. I mean, I'm not going to rob you like that. Here, go to the website. Go look for yourself if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
You can go read. You can go practice this thing if you want. Read about it. You can go to go to grants.gov. I think that's the government one, I think that's the old one. Put gov behind it. Government grants. Type in government grants.
And you'll be amazed what come up.
And what it's going to cost you is time. You're going to have to read. People pay people a lot of money because they don't like to read, or they may not understand it, or they simply know that's outside of their lane. So companies pay people to find grants and write and maintain grants for them. Let's talk about a simple grant. A simple grant that most people you've heard of, like Pell Grants, right? That's a grant.
Absolutely.
That's a grant based on income for students in most places that want to go to school. I bring up the Pell Grant because people don't understand the majority of individuals who are poor or where they don't have enough money can probably get that free grant. But guess what? No one's going to drop it in your lap. You have to go fill out the form to get the grant. So some grants are just that simple, where you only have to fill out a form.
Yep. Exactly.
And then you have your larger grants that get into more writing and business planning, because some grants, if you want their money, you have to explain to them what you're going to do with that money. and those types of things. So go just browse grant catalogs and things like that and become familiar. As Tawanda was saying, we understand that white women, you can't be mad at them because they've done the research to find out how to get that money.
Exactly. Christy, you want to say something before you get out of here?
Yeah, I'm about to go, you guys. I love you with all my heart. And to Raheem, the host with the mostest that's shining all bright, you need to pick your Afro daddy because it's flat.
Mute button works real good when they get to singing like that. That mute button works very good. You know, I love that mute button. I just love it. You know, if I don't love nothing else, I love that mute button. Anna, what's on your heart? We ain't fooling with Christy. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny. Love you, sweetheart. With that being said, the grants is something I've always tried to look for, and I'm willing to pay for somebody to show me just where to look. If I need help, how to get through it. As you guys know, I'm one of these people that I'm like, you don't do anything, or I don't like to get anything for free because I don't like that feeling of I owe you. That's just me though. But something that was mentioned here last week that I think it was mentioned by Tawanda that I'm really curious about, and it also has to do with business. And it's only because I have two projects, two different things I'm working on right now at the same time. Is you had mentioned that a lot of times when people open up a business, they use their social security number and not their EIN number at the bank. What is the difference and how does that work? If you could explain to people around the world and across the nation, and also myself, because it's also a question for myself.
Tawanda, you there? Tawanda, I'm about to say it to you. Wait.
I'm here, but she has to answer the question again because she broke up a little bit. So she was saying about the.
Ask the question again.
Ask the question again,
Anna.
Okay, so last week we were talking about businesses, and you made this comment about actually being able to open up a business and going through your bank, however, not using your social security number, but using your tax identification number, or I'm assuming whatever number they give you, whenever it is that you open up that business. Can you explain a little bit more of that? Because it kind of stayed with me, and I was like, well, I want more information on that because I didn't know that. And I guess that's what Black Friday is all about.
It's something that I'm still learning, but I think I wish Charles was on because he is the GOAT with business credit. That's his lane. But basically, when you register your business, you get a number which is called an EIN number. And a lot of times, what people don't know is you don't need to use your own identity to get business credit. Business credit is rather unique because your business
Is that me?
Oh, that's her.
A lot of times, you use your business itself. Huh?
Go ahead. Your phone breaking up just a little bit, but go ahead. Sister, go ahead.
Hold on one second. Come back to me. Let me try to fix it.
One of the things that they were talking about is an employee identification number. Usually when you start a business, depends on the type of business you have. Sole proprietorships are usually based on personal income and things. Like you're a sole proprietor. You're at risk for everything about that business. But once you apply for this EIN number, which is completely free, it puts you in a whole different credit bracket where you can start using that number as an identification number as opposed to your social security number. Also, there's a system now. It's the DUNS number. You get what? It's DUNS and Band Street actually, and they assign you a particular number that identifies your business as well. So no longer are you Anna. You're lunchtime with Anna.
Gotcha.
Lunchtime with Anna has its own social security number. That's the number that goes with the business.
Yes.
Okay, so it would be
that number you start to use as your personal credit number, as opposed to your social security number.
And how does one apply for that, Leonard?
Well, basically, now you can just go online and request one. Usually, you automatically get it. Just type in, if you type in EIN, you can just go in there, fill out the form, and give it to you right then. Usually, See, and that's what a lot of people. That's why I think when Tawanda was saying, when Charles comes on, he tells you, because he does it all the time. He can tell you the complexity of it and what he's been able to do. But getting that number, getting on that catalog, that Dunn's Brand Street number, that's not the hard part. It's once you. Well, I believe that once you make your first
and the thing about it, Leonard, you froze on there, brother. Okay. And you all, hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all spoke him up, man. Y'all spoke him up. Good morning, Charles. How you doing, sir?
Great.
Hey, I'm doing good, man.
My man.
Hey,
man,
we didn't talk you up.
They talk you up, brother. They talk you up. They asking the question. Anna was asking the question about how do you get a number, the number EIN number, I think is what it's called, where you can use that as your business identity, so you don't have to use your social security card.
Oh, got you. Okay. Well, that's what we need to be doing. That's where the money is one part of money anyway. In business credit, I call it true business credit for everybody out there, because you can still go to a bank and they'll call it business credit. You can go to a lender. At the same time, there's a way we can do it to where they don't tap our credit scores, they get the EIN, employment identification number, and you can get funded based on that as well. And I get people to try to argue me down all the time. I just had one guy try to do it, and I'm like, man, this is what I do. I've been doing this for like 6 years, y'all. I mean, it's serious money out there that we have access to, but we just don't know enough about it to go get it. So a lot of us are struggling in our businesses, keeping our head above water. But, that's the option, business credit type money.
Exactly. Now, what is the pros and the cons of using that system in comparison to using your regular Social Security card or Social Security number?
Well, let's go over one thing that we know, that when you look at relationships, a lot of them fail due to the money. Our goal should be is looking at who have money, and they separate their personal from their business. So why shouldn't we? So if you get sued, they're coming after you as a person, and your credit score and everything else gonna fall. So if you get sued on the business credit side, they can come after your business. So I'd rather them take my business and mess my life up. You can start another business. That's easy.
Yeah.
You can. But you can grow your credit as well. A lot of people looking at credit as the end all be all. You can, I don't care if you got a 350, you can get your credit in check. You can get somebody to help you, or you can do it yourself, do some due diligence and make it, just put the work in and get it done.
Good deal. Anybody have any other questions?
What I'm trying to figure out, I understood everything that was said. And so my understanding, if I understand this correctly, is so once, because I already have an EIN number for both projects. I call them projects for both businesses I have running. And so when I go to the bank, how do I explain this? Like, so when they give me the form, do I put in the EIN number instead? How does this work? That's what I'm trying to understand.
I'm gonna make it easy for you. I have a video on it. You can look at it and rewind it and fast forward it, because a lot of us, when we start a business, all we do, we go out there and get an LLC, EIN, and that's we started. We're good. We just started the business. So my thing is, they didn't teach this in any business class that I took. We have to do stuff before that. And you can actually get denied money or funding because your name People don't even know that. A lot of people get stopped just because their name is not right. You can get stopped by not having things the right way in your business. I mean, if you have a apostrophe S on your name and one and with the state, and you don't have a apostrophe S with the IRS, a computer will deny you. I got a whole thing on this. So yeah, I'll send you the videos. You can I got hours of content, just straight videos, and you can go through and just start saying, stuff that's not even talked about. And I tell you this because I've been denied 5 times, and it took me a year to get it, and it doesn't take a year. I just didn't know any better. Nobody could tell me any better to get it. I'm close to over $1 million right now, $1 million in business credit. And people still try to tell me, I'm like, y'all, that's not what you want. Because I went through the pain of getting denied and having to redo a lot of different stuff. And if you work with IRS, they're going to take their time. It's just part of the process. So, yeah, it's just information, really. But, yeah, I explained it in those videos, and you can just, go through there and see how I will put 99.9%. You probably got to change 1 or 2 things in your business right now. And I ain't even looked at your business. I'm just telling you what I know from what I've been through. So,
and see, and imagine, and he said a lot of times you get denied by your name. Now imagine me going into a bank tomorrow. I want a loan. What's your name, Raheem? Oh, going out the door, bro. Going, no. we ain't getting you no loan, brother. Your name, your name ain't right.
Say something, but I won't say it because this is a Christian station.
Your name ain't right. Go on, head on out the door. No, we ain't got time to be fooling with you. You need to stop playing. Stop playing. Go on out the door. Now you got something else you need to be doing. Go on, head on. Tawanda, what's on your heart?
Absolutely, and it's something to keep on topic of what we're talking about. It's something that I wanted to tell, and it's business credit is something that you want to take some time to know and understand before you try to do it, because they are so technical in what they do. You will get denied like rather quickly. It could be like Charles was saying, like the spelling of your name. It could be that you have a lot of people that have different businesses where you're online.
Well, I guess it's me and you.
I think Raheem is having some issues with the radio, because usually it seems like it's coming through. There we go. He's back.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, I hit the wrong button over here. Oh, Anna. Anna, what Anna doing over there? What Anna doing? But let me go to let me go to Andrea. Andrea, are you there? Do you have any questions?
I do have a question.
Okay.
Don't y'all laugh at me?
Uh-oh.
But I heard that there's grants for people that is tall, right? Right?
Uh-huh.
Do they have grants for people who's fat?
It just depends. I haven't looked, and that's how a lot of the grants are. I've seen so many weird things. It may be in there somewhere. It's just that because I have not been looking for that, I have not come across it. But I'm pretty sure there may be grants for people who are overweight. Maybe we will say. I don't think we say grants for fat people. I don't think we do grants for fat people. I think we do maybe grants for obese persons, obese, or something of that nature.
Yeah,
depending on what field you're in. You're like say for instance, men learned how to get the credit for a minority-owned business, which usually involves women, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, how about this? You give your partner 51% and you take 49%. Let the woman that owns have the 51% and you qualify for grants for women.
Yep.
So there's things that you have to do, but it takes research. And it's best that you take the time to read it, because these people are asking for a lot of money now that teach you how to get grants and all those types of things because of the way you make business. I remember I told you, it's such a popular business. People are making big money from just showing you how to do it.
Exactly.
see, and that's what I don't want. Like, I mean, I believe you should pay for everything, but asking for too much money because you have a jewel that others don't
But
have, it's
it's
just
not
not
it's
fair.
not a lot of money if you can apply for a $10,000 grant.
Hmm.
$1,000 ain't robbery to charge you for that
Yeah.
if it comes with a guarantee. Some
But
guys
see,
are just that great at grant writing, but those are
and
the
that's what I'm
people
about
that
to
are
say.
going to charge you a
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
of
yeah,
money
yeah.
because they know they're
That's
getting the
the success
grant.
rate.
And sometimes, if I was to write anything for you, your pay may be, and my pay may be in that grant.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
know?
see, and it's based on a lot of time, and it's based on their success rate.
Yeah, yeah.
They got a great success rate. They know how to do it, and it's not just a matter of writing a grant. You got to put time. It's a time thing.
I
It
have a
takes.
friend who got lucky. I'm not gonna say
Mm-hmm.
she got lucky. She's just very smart.
Mm-hmm.
And her first time out writing a grant, she was a grant writer for a school system.
Mm-hmm.
She just nailed it the first time. That has provided a job for her forever because everybody knows she can get a grant.
Yep.
If you hire her, she can get a grant.
Mm-hmm.
And she just so happened to take her time, like Tawanda said, about the business credit and stuff. It's always worth the research.
Mm-hmm.
Learning is always worth it. A lot of people say, I don't take the easy. No, learning is always worth it.
Exactly.
Unless you have disposable income or disposable money, sit down and
Mm-hmm.
take the time to read it for yourself. Because even after you read it, you may not understand it, and you still may have to go get somebody.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. So there's a lot tied into it. There's a whole lot tied into it. Tawanda, what's on your heart?
Oh, absolutely. It's something that hopefully in the near future will incorporate. What I want to do is I want to get some time because I want to do. We've been talking about extended Black Friday. So
Mm-hmm.
Fridays, I just want to have that down for Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's going to be some things. We're going to add some groups of people, and we're going to. I hate to use the word force, but that's the word that comes to mind. Gonna force people to basically learn. Gonna force people to support each other. One of the things in the big groups, and Raheem, because you're in there, specifically the minority business, the Black Business Network, and I don't want to talk negative about them, but how many people is in there? You have like hundreds of thousands of people in there, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's not productive. So it means nothing if you have people in there that are only all they're doing in there is they're sharing their business and they're saying, okay, well, follow me. It's not beneficial because
Exactly.
they're not your targeted audience. So what we want to do is, I think it's their strategy that they're doing wrong because
Mm-hmm.
you won't have anybody that engages the people. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that and hopefully, learn some different things from grants to anything that has to do with business.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have, highlight. Probably we're gonna try to highlight like once a week a business, and that kind of forces people to support that one person if you're inside of this group. So some things that we're working on. We always try to improve and get better over time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good deal. Good deal. Charles, what's on your heart, brother?
Yo, what I know about grants is I don't want to do it. Grants are a great thing though, but what I learned, because I took the time out to study it, and that is a lot of work, a lot of research, and a lot of people don't want to pay these grant writers.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling people, if you're going to get a grant, you got to pay these guys because some grants may take 3 months, 6 months.
Exactly.
So I mean, I have like 2 grant writers that work with me or what have you. So I'm just not doing it.
Mm-hmm. And see, and that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand, Charles. It takes time. It's not just you sit at your desk, okay, in one evening, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna do this grant for you, I'm gonna send the grant off, and next week, next month, you're gonna have your grant. No, they gotta do research. Is research. What is this? What is this? What do you qualify for?
Right.
should I even take my time to even apply for this particular grant because you may not qualify for it.
And when I'm really doing it full speed like I used to, it is a lot of time. One thing I can tell people, with starting businesses, I started a business, of course, out of a need. However, the tax advantages and all those types of things were very important to me. A lot of people say, well, how does your business survive or whatever? This, that. My business is planned. There was a point when I'm really working adamantly at it, it's all the time. And getting back to that level is different. I can guarantee you, Charles don't stop.
Absolutely.
But see, that's the thing about it. If you get good at something, if you put the time in, I've learned that always hone that skill. When a customer comes to me, if I don't know what is going on, usually I set up what I call a little learning curriculum for myself.
Yeah.
I have to put 40 hours into that of training to even discuss it at a level, that I know something. But I got to sit down and learn it. Basically, you're paying for that time. With an attorney, you're paying for the research time. The time it takes to research whatever it is it's about, because it's not easy, but it's there. And that's why you pay other people to go do it, because they have a system of doing those things that makes it easier for them. Whereas Charles ain't got time for that. Charles' system is not based on delivering that information to you.
Exactly. And I want to tell y'all something, man. A lot of people don't know this. Okay, this is I'm breaking news right now. I'm gonna give y'all some breaking news that a lot of people did not know. Charles don't own a bed. He don't own a bed. That brother don't sleep. He said, I ain't gonna invest in no bed. What am I using for? And see, and that's what Tawana was saying. A lot of times what happened is, if you want to be successful, if you want to really be successful, you got to limit your sleep, man. You got to limit your sleep.
Man, I don't even like when people say that. Because I'm to the extreme. So I don't want people to go to the extreme. Plan properly. Plan properly. When I say 40 hours, I will sit down and write out a 40-hour schedule to make sure.
Would you agree with me, Leonard, when I say this? A lot of people don't know how to plan, though. And that's one of the issues that they have. They don't know how to properly plan.
Right. And some of that, that's what is problem. Some people enjoy being up at night. Me, that's my problem. I'll mess around and not sleep. Okay. That's not good.
No.
So I would tell people, you just have to plan your time. You can't be wasting time. And one, don't sleep enough. It's all gonna fail anyway. Don't sleep enough, and it's all gonna fail anyway. So you want to make even that point of view. You have to, even when people was like, would you come out and do this? Because a lot of people don't know, have illness and all those types of things. Sometimes whatever you're planning to do, your body must be in a certain shape.
Absolutely.
I can't run around with a suit with a briefcase like I used to across college campuses all day in the heat. Things like that. Sometimes, especially if you have a hands-on business, for instance.
Find you up under a tree sleep.
I learned a part of my business was helping guys who had their own businesses, but they worked all day.
Yeah.
They didn't have time to market, really. They were doing the best they can. They had word of mouth and they had business cards. But what they did not have the time in their business to do is go and make bids on contracts.
Yeah.
And things like that. So don't get yourself so bogged down with, and I know a lot of the rich people tell you that, oh, you'll never sleep. They don't sleep because that's what they love. That's what they passion. That's why they don't sleep. Because that's what they love and that's what their passion is.
Exactly.
So even in moderation, invest in yourself properly. Ain't nothing wrong with not knowing. If you're not you can't sit in front of a computer for an hour to learn about something you want to do. You're probably not ready for business. Or you gonna have somebody else to do that part of the business for you.
Exactly.
But somebody has to be the brains of your business. Have to know, what to do.
And sometimes, and truth of the matter, the reality of the situation, sometimes it's not you. Sometimes it's not you. Sometimes, you don't have to be the brain. And somebody was telling me this a long time ago. If you're going to do something, always surround yourself with people that are smarter than you and allow them to do the things that you don't know how to do. I mean, if I'm trying to start a business about something that I'm not too knowledgeable, I want to do some research and find out some things about that business, but I'm not gonna know everything. So I might want to go out there and find some people that's been doing this thing for a long time, that's been in it for a while, and bring them with me. What do I do in this situation? And because me, I spin my wheels for a month. I can spin my wheels for a month trying to figure out what I need to do, spinning my wheels. But at the same time, I can have somebody there that has expertise. If I'm going to go into investments, I got $10,000 over here. I just want to do something. I just want to invest it and watch it and watch it return. I could go there and look at the stock market, look at all that stuff. I don't know what I'm looking at. I say, hey Charles, look at here, man. I got 10,000 over here, man. I need to do something with it, man. What should we do with it? Charles,
I get that all the time.
see what I'm saying? Because that's the whole thing. I can say, hey Charles, look at here, man. I got 10,000 sitting over here. I got it in a briefcase, man. You come out, pick it up, invest it for me. Make me some money.
Yep.
I couldn't do, Leonard. I couldn't do that. I don't know where to invest it. I don't. That's not my area of expertise. So I will bring somebody in that knows that. And then, with that being said, I have a better chance, a better likelihood of having a return on that, instead of just throwing it up into the air, hoping that some fall at my feet. What do you say to that, Charles?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I do. I'm all about working with experts. That's all I do, and that's how I get, in the things that I get into. And I was always taught that the less you do, the more you make.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely using that. I don't plan to be the expert in the room. I don't need to be. I know what I know, and things that I don't know, I will get somebody that knows. If it's already been done, somebody can help you out.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to keep going through the pieces. So that's all.
Exactly. Tawanda, what's on your heart?
So I agree, absolutely, 100%. And it's just all about planning and strategy and what we know. And a lot of times, people just don't want to learn for whatever. I don't know, for whatever reason. They just don't want to take the time to learn these things and these steps. And you will realize that when you step back and you take classes like mindset and creating more time, it saves you. It pays for itself, because you learn these different strategies and things that you would never even think that you do wrong in a day.
Mm-hmm.
If you sit down and you write out everything that you do and you start to get some organization, then you will find out, like, the vast majority of your day you spend procrastinating, and you will have so much more time in a day. I don't encourage people to be up like I'm up, because people ask me, when do I ever sleep? But I find out that for some reason my brain is so much more effective after midnight, from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. It's just I just don't know. There's something about my brain that's the hours that it's the most effective.
Exactly. We have another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Tucson.
Tucson, what's going on, man?
Just want to say good morning. I caught the tail end of everything, so I'm just listening.
Okay. Well, we this is Black Friday. We're talking about businesses today, so I want to get let you listen for a little bit and get you up to speed. But let me ask you this though, Donald, you got this situation that's going on with your business. We talked about being on time. That's part of what we're talking about. And you're gonna do business with somebody, and every time you get ready to do business with them, Donald, they ain't never open. You drive way across town to go patronize their business, and they're not there. You do it one time, you do it two times. Donald, how many times are you gonna have to do that where you're gonna just stop going over there?
You know what? Usually the second time, and I know the 3 strike you out rule. That makes sense to me, because if I'm trying to do business with them, it's just like anything else. They should be there. I'm looking for them to be there the first time.
Yeah.
I expect them to be there. And everybody got an excuse. That's what we like, excuses. So the second time I go there and you're still not there,
Ain't no third time.
That's funny.
And that's
I know we need to be patient sometimes, but.
And see, and that's a part of what we was talking about before we got where we are now about actually being on time and being responsible. Leonard was telling us about the situation where he was doing business with somebody and he was having meetings at their place of business, and they were late getting there. And Leonard said he started the meeting out there in the parking lot because because this other person is not doing what they're supposed to do. That should not reflect on Leonard. And so what he did, he was out in the parking lot. He was out in the parking lot having his meeting. When they got there, okay, we go inside now. But he didn't even tell me whether they actually went inside when the person got there or not, because he may have been so far into the meeting that you can't just stop what you're doing, go to another place, and then try to pick up where you left off. He could have been in the flow. So Leonard, you tell me, what did you do?
And that was the thing. When the person showed up, we went inside. But what it was important for me was the fact that people knew how committed I was to doing what it was that I had to do, and that I respected their time. I had a prepared outline that I could give to them to let them know if they were uncomfortable with being outside, I would be more than happy to talk with them offline or do it online with them and go over it or what have you. There were some people, it was happened to be a hot day, I believe. So I wouldn't have wanted people who had medical conditions to be out in the heat.
Yeah.
And things like that. And so, eventually we waited, we resolved the issue to make sure that the person that was supposed to open the door for me was always there.
Yeah.
Because this didn't happen once or twice. It happened almost 3 times or so.
Good Lord.
But it's not so, but when you are there sincerely and you're committed to that, people will commit to your commitment, or to your passion for something. And this just happened to be a community event that I used to do. And so that became a part of the leadership training course that I do for organizers and people and things like that. You got to get buy-in. And the only way you do that is by consistency. You have to be on time. You have to be there when you say you're going to be on that day. You can't constantly change days all over the place. I'm the type of person that, if I tell you Thursdays at 10 o'clock, I don't give you Thursday at 10.
Yeah. Exactly.
Now, for whatever reason you don't show up, that's an open spot for me. There's nothing else to do because I have you down Thursday for 10. And you may say, well, man, I don't have to change my day to Tuesday. Well, I can't do Tuesday.
Yeah. It don't work for me.
So those are the things that you have to be cognizant of. I understand what it's like. Like I always have a little guy in the back of my head right now. Like this morning, it was rough for me this morning. So a little guy in the back of my head is just saying, behave, behave, behave. Behave, And so business owners, I think everybody's not business oriented. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody's not an entrepreneur or what have you. But everybody is a customer.
Come on. Exactly. And
everybody is a customer.
And if not a customer, absolutely a potential customer is
right.
Based on how you present yourself. And so that's where we are with this thing. Tawanda, what's on your heart? Anna, coming to you next.
Oh, I agree absolutely 100%. And that's why I say almost all the time about good customer service. Because a lot of times that's where we really lack and what we really need to pick up it. Because if you either want a customer one time or you want a repeat customer. I want you to come to me for everything that I know how to do. So that's something that we really need to work on, showing up, being accountable for what you say you're going to do and how you're going to do it. I don't know how many times I hear this complaint specifically against minorities about being on time, about good customer service, about thinking that someone, just because they look like you, are supposed to shop with you. Now, listen, you can't expect that just because I'm Black and you're Black, I have to support your business. No, because if I go in there and things ain't right, I'm not coming back.
Exactly.
I'm just letting you know.
Exactly. And Leonard said this a couple of weeks ago. He said he didn't want to go buy no fish at a place that smelled like fish.
It can't be funky spoiled fish.
Yeah, I said, Lord, my Jesus, Lord, my Jesus. Anna, what's on your heart? See, look at Anna. Boy, I shouldn't have said.
Anna know what I'm talking about.
Anna, what's on your heart?
I just looking at the time, I just really appreciate, because this has been one of the shows that I've gotten a lot of information from, and seen sides of all of you that I'm not, that I wasn't aware of. And I look to people to be my mentors, to teach me more. And this is in every aspect of my life, more things that I didn't know about. And I like to pass it on down, because there's enough for everyone, and I always tell people, never owe anybody, never get anything for free. I'm real big on that. Never get anything for free. However, at the same time, and what I was referring to earlier was that there's some people out there that will charge you for a grant and you never get your grant. I wasn't referring about the ones that actually do the job. I'm talking about the ones that actually, how do you know where to go? Because that is a big deal. You don't want to go to the wrong person, so that's it. That's all I had to say.
Is there a way that you could check their track record, or they could present to you some of the people that they've applied for, and the success rate that they have, success and or failure rate that they have? Is there any way you could find out that information, Charles?
You caught me eating.
Man, you ain't got time to eat, man. We're working, man. Come on now.
This is what I wanted to say. I wanted to go back to that being late thing.
Yes, sir.
I got to touch on it. It's going to be real quick. How I lost $250,000. I'm headed to a meeting with this guy who's going to invest in real estate with me. Traffic was a little bad. I got there 5 minutes late. Right when I walked in the door, he stood up and he said, "You're late." And I said, "Yeah, traffic was bad, blah, blah, blah." And he said, I never forget the word. It was so long ago. He said, "Late is rude." And he walked out. Yeah. And I stood there looking like that. So yeah, that's my late.
But see, but see, Charles, that's powerful, man, because that's something that taught you something. That taught you something right there, because I'm sure moving forward, that's an issue that you never had to deal with again.
Oh, but like me, not gonna be late. I'm not late. I tell people, if I'm late, if something happened, like really happened, but I will call if something has to be tragic for me to be late. I don't do that.
Exactly.
So yeah, it definitely was working.
And that was one thing that, like, you can, Raheem will tell anyone, I'm always going to send a message.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm
always going to send a message. Because I don't want you to wait. I don't even want you to wonder why I'm not there.
Yep.
It's my responsibility to let you know that. Because even we were laughing and joking even before how I thought it was strange. But then again, I told Raheem I would be here at this time. Whatever time he get there and start his show is his business.
Yeah.
All I know is I told Raheem I'm going to be there between this time. I told Raheem, no, I'm not even going to commit to you on Fridays.
Yep.
I can't commit. I'll be there when I can it just worked out where I'm available because of everything that's happened. But schedule changed. So that's why I'm here on a Friday. But that is not originally how he can tell you. That's originally not how he started up. As much as I love the DKM radio show, I'm not going to tell Raheem I'm going to be there and don't be there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always going to let you know, even if I think I'm going to be late. Like Charles was saying, man, I wish I had one of those opportunities like that. One day I will, where, you got to be some. I can't imagine not being on time for $250,000.
Man, look, I'm gonna tell you something, Lynn, and y'all can laugh.
I'll be there yesterday.
Man, I was about to say that. Man, look here. I will have slept on that stoop. I will slept on that stoop.
You were not the only one. Me too.
I was slept on the stoop the night before. My wife said, "Baby, you coming home? I'll be there in the morning. I'll be there in the morning. I got something to take care of, baby. Hey, if you want to see me, you better come over here. You better bring your pillow. Come on over here and sleep on this stoop with me because hey, he'll meet both of us in the morning. He'll meet both of us in the morning. And if you don't mind, go get us some coffee or something like that. But when that man get here, I'm gonna be here.
And also, just to talk with people about if it's your meeting, for instance.
Yeah.
Because we do know things happen.
Mm-hmm.
So for the first 10 to 15 minutes of your meeting, if you have that time to spare, come up with something that kind of accommodates, if you can. If it's in your best interest, try to accommodate the 5, because remember, if you're trying to get something, you got to make the accommodation.
Exactly.
So for the first 10 to 15, do an icebreaker, or you know how people do at meetings. And the reason why you're doing that is not just to break the ice with the participants, it's to give you a chance to get in together so you're ready to get whatever's there.
Exactly. And I got this little thing I say, man, and it I found out that it works real good, man. We're going to start doing Masego, just for the record, y'all. We're going to start doing Masego again to the networking event. We're going to start doing that again. But when I pull somebody up, I say the same thing. I say, clap like you're clapping for yourself. Clap like you're clapping for, and see, because you call somebody up there, people be like, okay, that's the good. Now I want you to clap like you're clapping for yourself, and you'll be amazed how that clapping go from here to over the top. Clap like you're clapping for yourself. Play like you the Michael Jordan. Play like you the Michael Jordan.
I know what I wanted to mention before we go for Black Friday, because now we're trying to get back into things, but we know that multi-level marketing. One thing I tell people about multi-level marketing: if you don't know how to do it, you're probably not going to be successful.
Yes, sir.
And our community need to change their attitude, because the only way you become great at business is networking.
Yep. Exactly.
Unless you just got a great product that people standing in line for, how are you going to sell it? What do you expect? So people used to assume all the time, because of the people that I knew, I would be great at a certain business. But people who dealing with me will know I'm very moody.
No.
Very moody.
No.
So trust me. Sometimes I don't want to get up and talk.
Just a little.
I don't want to get up and talk to people and things like that. Or some people are coming to me with a great idea. Man, can you go to these meetings? No, I can't go to these meetings, but here go this money. Let me know when I can be in front of something. But what I can't do is come in there and pretend I'm excited. I can't do it today. I can't. Some days I can't.
Yeah.
That's my weakness. I can't pretend.
This ain't my lie day. This ain't my lie day.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I learned about myself in the multi-level marketing is this. I've known so many people that do so well with that. But when I tell you, it's because these guys want to do it. They want to be in front of people with shirts and ties. And this is what they've done. And they've been so successful. And it's because they kept at it. And that multi-marketing program teaches you so much, especially from starting a business. Now they all come with websites. You pay that fee, but there's still some work that you have to do. Whether you're doing prepaid legal programs, or if people still doing Amway or whatever, or what have you, whatever it may be, you have to be able to present, convince, discuss whatever it is at hand. Because BS don't go too far these. Remember how people, I got a great deal in the because it sounds just like a great deal.
Yeah. Too good to be true.
It's too good to be true.
Too good to be true. Absolutely.
But if it's hard work, tell people it's going to be work. It's going to be work here. It's not easy. And I think that's what throws people off. And they fail because they don't realize it takes work. It takes organization.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We got another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Desiree.
Desiree, they say. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah. Look here. I heard you got a business that you want to talk about.
Yes.
Well, tell me about.
I'm selling.
Go ahead.
Body scrubs. I'm selling body scrubs. and they're gonna be posted on Anarchy on this page.
Okay.
Um,
Go ahead. Tell us
I'm
about the
selling
bodies.
them for $15.
Okay. That's a good price. Good price. Tell us about what are they, what they do, and just give us give us the skinny on give us the skinny on it. Tell us about these body scrubs you're selling.
Well, there's a lot of benefits with each ingredient that I use. It makes your face look like younger, and if you have like acne or anything like that, it clears it out.
Wow.
If you have sensitive skin, it doesn't irritate your skin because it's all natural ingredients.
Okay. Now you saying that if you're old like me, I could use this and I could look younger. Is that what I'm hearing you say? You don't be careful now. You about to call me old now.
Not necessarily.
It ain't gonna work for me.
Not necessarily, but it makes, like, instead of looking old, like having wrinkles, it helps like reduce wrinkles.
Did you just call me wrinkled? Mason. Lord, my Jesus. Did y'all hear that? She just called me old wrinkly. Called me a prune.
I'm going to give Desiree an assignment.
Okay.
Write it down.
Okay.
Write your speech down. Remember it, because that's the one you're going to use.
Yep, over and over again. It's gonna be a repetitive type thing. You're gonna do it over and over. Right now, you're doing a great job.
Hey, and don't let Raheem mess you up about the wrinkles. That was so funny. Because, and it was so funny because think about it. The people that would go, oh, and be offended.
Look at, just call me a prune. Call into the station and call me a prune.
And that was just so funny because he went to messing with you about the wrinkles. And that's one of the things you throw at people when they're practicing. When my friends would practice with one another, because you got to practice the speech.
Exactly.
And so we would tease you, and we would try to throw people off all the time. So no matter what question came up or what have you, you was always hey, it's about this product.
I'm going to get something to you, Desiree. I'm going to get something to you. There's a couple of sites, a couple of places where you could build a website too, because I want to make sure that you have a website. It has the commerce and everything on there where, you can actually go there and put your products on there, and people will be able to pay you either through PayPal or Cash App or something like that. They have a lot of different payment options. Even with their credit card or the debit card, they'll be able to pay you that way. I want to get you set up so you can have that, and so people could actually go to your website and buy what they and I want to bring you back on again. Once we get that, I want to bring you back on here again so that you could talk to everybody and direct them to your website. And then, make sure you got all your products together, because people are gonna start and they're gonna want to get it. They're gonna want to buy it. So we got to make sure that you have the products that you need. So once they buy it, you can ship it out there and do the things that you need to do. I'm very proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
I want to get Charles, this young lady. How old are you? How old are you? Nixie, how old are you?
16.
See, I knew that already, but Charles didn't know that. But I wanted to say it so he could hear it. But Charles, what advice would you have for this young lady, man? She has a great product. I've actually seen the product, and it's a great product. It does work. What advice would you give her?
I say hand claps to you, young lady. That is amazing. I wish I was even thinking about business at such a young age. And I'm sure we all feel the same way. For me, I would ask that, if you're already thinking about business at such a young age, somebody influence you in doing it. Parents or friends or whoever. Keep with that person, because they're in a sense mentoring you to get to where you need to go. As you go along your journey, a lot of people gonna tell you no. Accept the no. Just be like, oh, I love it. They told me no. Let me go get another one. And my goal for you is talk about your business. Never minimize it to say, well, I have a little business. No, you have a business. Just let people know you have a business, and don't be afraid to ask them to try one of your products. And if they say no, that's great. I want you to go out and get 10 no's a day. Just let people tell you no and be happy, because all you're going to do is you're interacting with people. You're going to start to understand what people, how people say yes to different things, but it takes time, and that's okay, because you have some time. You have some time to get it right. But even if you get it wrong, it's okay to fail. We wasn't taught that. We can't fail. I say fail, and all that's going to teach you is, okay, well, that didn't work, so I'm going to try it this way because that way didn't work as good as I thought it was going to work. Keep your passion. Nobody take that from you, and just keep moving. I love it.
Exactly. And do not be afraid to go up there and talk to those 10 people, because you know what fear is, right? You know what fear is, right?
Yeah.
Fear is and I'm gonna break it down. It was told to me, and I'm gonna say the same thing to you. It's false evidence appearing real. It's not real. It's not real. Go out there and talk to those people, and go up to them and tell, this is what I have. If you want to make some samples, little small sample packages, make some small sample packages and give them out with your contact information, with your website that you're going to create. Put a little card or a little piece of paper in there, in the sample package, that has that contact information on there, the website where they can actually go and purchase it. Once they try it, their first time through that little sample, don't give them too much. Give them just a little bit. Give them just a little bit, and let them try it. 9 times out of 10, they'll try it. And once they try it, your information is in there. They can go to your website and buy it. Now you turn that person that you just met, that you gave something free to, you turn them into a client. You turn them into a customer of yourself. Okay. So much. Leonard, what's on your heart, brother?
Oh man, it was a good show. I think I was trying to. I put those posts there to share on the website, so people can go and research some of the things we talked about today. Particularly if you want to get familiar with grants, because these websites have a lot of information like that, grants.gov and things like that. Also, I think, what was the other one there? The applying for the EIN numbers and things like that. You can go and read about that. And a lot of times, what's great about the internet now is all the tutorials and everything. So all it's going to take for you is some time. If you look at Facebook a lot, I can't think of a day that goes by where I don't see a grant workshop or something in my feed. Also, if you live in the Metro Atlanta area, I'm gonna tell you right now, it was so popular at one point before this happened. You had like a day before these classes. I mean, there would literally be cars down the street just to wait to get into a library. To go to one of these classes.
That's good.
And they always fill up. And it's only the class to learn about the grant. It's usually free. They used to have a lot of people would have them for free. And they would fill up very fast. So much to the point now, even when you sign up online sometimes, if for some reason that person doesn't have enough lines, they'll send you a little message to reschedule. That's how important this grant business is, and getting money. Everybody's not unfortunate where you got the rich uncle just to write a check. Don't wait to start your business on the grant. I mean, some people may advise you different. But if you waiting on a grant to start your business, you're not gonna be all that great. Because what if the grant don't come? You already invested in something that you have no control over whatsoever. So grants help assist you with things.
And because they look real funny when ain't no money.
And if you get turned down a lot. Most of the people write grants, when you first start, you don't get that grant. It takes a little bit of time. You get better at writing it. One of those websites actually has a section on grant writing tips.
Exactly.
This is if you came and asked me about it, this is where I would go to find that information. I would probably repackage it if I had to deliver it somewhere else to a different class or something. But that's where I go get information from. All over the place. Wherever I can find information for research, I go try to put the best things together to use. So it's not like, I think our community always think that it's a silver bullet. Ain't no silver bullet, man. Ain't no silver bullet. It's really hit or miss. But if you do something, I've noticed a lot of women have gone into the soap making business. For instance, I bought a lot of soap for my friends. But just because I buy soap anyway, it's like one of my things. So why not buy it for my friend? It's not like I had to look far,
Is that over there in that free basket you were talking about earlier?
What free basket?
Listen, man. Go ahead, Leonard. Go ahead.
it's just, and there's a lot of and I will promote a friend of mine, whom I just loved her from the beginning, many years ago. Yolanda.
Hello.
Look up dryerbuzz.com. Yolanda Lattimore is her name.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome person to know. And she does all these different things. And one of the things I know she does a lot of business consulting and marketing. I think is her specialty, and technology.
Mm-hmm.
She's retired pretty much, but she just keeps going on. She loves the things that she does. She started making soap, but I saw her promoting soap businesses, putting soap businesses on YouTube for people. I mean, just giving you that media presence and helping and consulting on various issues for her being in the media and being that type of person. She's excellent at it. And I just love to watch her. It's called Dryer Buzz. And she started, on her own. And she talks about the pitfalls and things like that. And it's just amazing to see what networking has done for her businesses, and all the businesses she's helped. She's really like a role model for me in that because of what she's done.
I'm wondering why she never been on Black Friday.
Well, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'll give your number to her people, and y'all do the people thing.
Let my people give it your people, and your people get, and then we'll do the people thing, and then we're gonna be people. I got you. I got you, brother. I got you. Tawanda, what's on your heart?
Oh, great show. It's been a great show. I love shows when we have no callers because it's just educational purpose. There's a lot of things that people don't know, and I tell people all the time. I think people be scared to ask questions, and it's really no dumb question because a lot of people don't know, and a lot of people are scared to ask questions, and the only way you're gonna learn is if you ask questions. So it's no dumb. It's no dumb answer. It's no dumb question that you can ask, no matter how simple the answer is. Like I said, everything that I've learned about business, I've had to readjust, and I had to unlearn, specifically for minorities, specifically with when we out here marketing. It's something that we're taught that mass marketing, that approach doesn't work for us. We need to target market, and it's something that we're not taught. We're not taught that. It's something that you have to learn, and someone has to teach you. So you have to be willing to be receptive to change. A lot of people that taught me, they was like, "I teach you, but you have to unlearn what you learned."
Exactly.
And it's so important. It's so highly critical. Specifically shows like this, because once I say this all the time, you get people, and it's not only us, the people that look like us. It's a lot of different people, demographic of people. Once they make it to a high enough platform, they don't come back for people. They won't give you this information. Now they might sell it to you, yeah, but they're not gonna just give you all this love and tell you how. I wish someone told me the steps of their failures before I started years ago. I wish people told me loopholes to get around the system, so I didn't have to take the long route. And it's something specifically for our younger generation, because we want them. I wish at 16 I was I wish mentally I was ready for business then, because
Exactly.
I'd probably be retired right now. Okay, but it's still out here working. But it's the demographic of people that we want. We want these young entrepreneurs. We want these kids that's coming out of school, and I specifically want them because now we have this new generation X, that don't feel like going to college for 4 years is within their reach, and it's because they have a different approach, and if done correctly, they have a nice road ahead of them, because they're already securing their future. I see they're getting younger and younger. I see 8, 9, 10, and 11-year-old business owners that's about their business, and it's something that I've never seen before.
Wow, that's good. That's good. And that's something that we need. We definitely need that. But look here, what we need though is to get out of here, because it's 9:04. Not 9:04, but 9:04. you see when somebody say foe. They don't say the four, they say the foe. And so, Anna, what's on your heart before we get out of here?
Nothing. It's just that when you see these young kids, support them, especially with this COVID-19. It's very important that they're at least trying to make money and do it the right way. The last time I know for a fact, because I sold these products on my page, they sold out. She got great reviews. So I'm working on trying to help her out in different ways. There's one in particular she has with is it shea? Do you guys say shea butter or shea butter?
Shea butter.
Oh my gosh. I was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's what she was talking about, the wrinkles. So I really, really liked it. So with that being said, I'm in contact with the 16-year-old very much. So I will put the product up on my page. And this has been an outstanding, outstanding show. And I pray for all of you guys to have a wonderful weekend. With that being said.
Now, absolutely, absolutely. Now, I need to know, Anna, what is going on at 3:00 today?
At 3:00, if you missed this show, The Morning Glow, you can watch it at www.dkmradio.com or www.dkmmediagroup.com, and you can watch it in its entirety.
In its entirety. Good deal. Charles, are you still with us?
Yes, I am, sir.
Okay. pray us out, brother.
Gotcha. Dear Father, you say when two or more are gathered, you will be in the midst. We enter in your presence as we ask that you touch us, dear Lord. Please give us the love and confidence. Help us to be the best version of ourselves. And I ask that you continue to move us along on this journey. I pray for everybody's strength, everybody's unity, and I pray for empowerment. Dear Father, we know that everything happens in your time. We know that you're all knowing, and we must believe in and trust in you. Ensure that we manifest the destiny and the glory that you set forth in our lives, Father God, and ensure that we use up the territory you've given us, dear Lord. I pray for everyone for more strength, more wisdom, so that we know without a doubt that joy comes in the morning. In your name I pray. Amen, amen, and amen. Y'all take it easy.
Amen. Appreciate you, brother. Definitely appreciate you, man. We're about to get out of here. It is what time? It is now 9:07. 9:07. You're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we're certainly praying for each and every one of you. Two, this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug because you know it could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. We share some of this light. I'm trying to get my multitask here. We share some of this light of you from the Morning Glow. I want you to take this light out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in, and let your light so shine. Now, what are y'all doing over there in this chat? But I gotta keep my eye on Lynn and Anna, boy.
This man is laughing at me. He's trying to keep us straight.
I'm not laughing
I
at
love you guys, my Morning Glow family. I love DKM Media Group and Associates. I just could not help myself because I was like, I know he's laughing at me. I love you guys. Have a great weekend.
Y'all have a great weekend. And if you get an opportunity, do me a favor. Love somebody. You may even find some love in return. Have a great day. Take care of yourselves and be good. Leonard, no. Y'all have a great one. Take care.
Bye.